Hi guys, I just wanted to show you my burlap sunflower wreath made with the Unique in the Creek system using Trish DiStefano's pedal that she has graciously taught us on YouTube. But I used burlap, like real burlap, and she uses the poly burlap. I wanted to make it kind of rustic looking, so I had a 12-inch roll of burlap, and I also had a green one for the leaves. So I cut my pieces at 10 inches, and so they were 10 by 12, and I made my petals just like she did. So if you're using poly burlap or deco mesh or anything, you can fold them just like she does in the video. And I zip tied them at the bottom, so she pipe cleaners them, and then I zipped them right onto our frame. Okay, and then I did 12 green leaves all the way around the outside. Well, four pieces around the very outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I used the green. I used 10 by 12 as well, and I folded them like she does with the green leaves. So I just wanted to show you guys how I did this burlap sunflower. So again, all you have to do is fill in the inner hole, so this hole and this hole, with the petals the way she taught you. And then I did 3, I skipped 1, 3, skipped 1, 3, skipped 1, 3. Now I only did I skipped a few of them only because I was using burlap, which is very thick and full. And if I did all of it, it would have just been a waste of burlap. So I just did, I did them in sections of 3s. So if you're doing all burlap or all poly burlap, you'll probably want to do all your holes with a petal. So it's just one petal like she does in the video. My video I wanted to show you was how I'm going to do the center of this sunflower. Okay, now I'm going to use brown burlap, so I'm going to keep the whole flower actual burlap. So it'll be really, really rustic. And I'm going to have to go and cut my frays off the burlap, which will take a little bit of time, but that's okay because once I stop touching it, it'll stop fraying, right? So I'm going to use these 4 inner holes to do the center. And how I'm going to do that is I have 6-inch roll of burlap. Now you can use any color you want. I'm going to use dark brown, but you could even use the natural color or any 6-inch roll you have. And you can buy these at Craft Outlet, Hobby Lobby. I don't think Michael's has them. Joann's might have them. Yeah, I think Joann's has some. But it's only 6-inch burlap, okay? So what I did is I cut 4 24-inch pieces. So when I did that, all I did is I have my 12-inch ruler, because my mat's only 16 inches long. So I just took the 12 inches and folded it over and cut right here and made a 24-inch piece. So I did that 4 times. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this is going to be for our center. So I'm going to take a clothespin and I'm going to get a zip tie ready. And what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to just scrunch up the middle the whole length of the 24 inches. Okay, so just scrunch and bring in between your thumb and your pointer fingers right up the middle. You're scrunching. So you're making kind of a ruffle type effect. Okay, so you have this big chunky ruffle type thing here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clothespin it in the middle. And mine's pretty thick, so you're going to have to make sure you have a good clothespin. So I'm just going to put that aside. And I'm going to take my zip tie and I'm going to zip tie it into this hole. So we're going to do 4 different holes. That's why we have 4 pieces. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my zip tie through the closest hole. I can feel that my zip tie head's facing the ceiling. And if you've not seen me do sunflower before, you might want to check out a couple of my video tutorials so you can see what I'm talking about. But for this one, we're doing Trish DiStefano's petal from Dean Michael Designs, and she has a really good YouTube video that I'm going to put in the comments. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this zip tie, I'm going to go over my bunch in the center, and I'm going to come down through the corresponding hole. If I can see it, there we go. Grab the two pieces of zip tie, you can flip it over, and I'm going to zip it nice and tight. Okay, and I'm going, as I'm pulling, I'm going to pop it into the hole. So make sure the head's in the hole. And this is one. So there's one. Now I'm just going to clip this whole bunch together just so it stays out of the way, because I'm going to put another one right here. So again, I'm going to take my 24-inch piece, and I'm going to trim this. Not that it matters because it's all scrunched up anyways, but, and I'm going to scrunch up the middle again. Just bringing it through the center, in between your thumbs and your forefinger. Again, I'm going to put clothespin, and that's just so you can grab your zip ties. And I'm going to go through the next hole. I'm going to go through this hole, and then I'm going to come around down the other hole. Flipped over. There we go. So I could feel that my zip tie head was flat, because we want the zip tie heads all popping into the hole and facing the same way. Now I could probably have went with an 18-inch piece, because this is quite bulky, but I wanted to make sure that these ends of these petals and the zip ties were going to be covered with the brown center, so that's why I did it so big, but it could have been probably 18 inches. That's okay, I'm going to have a nice full center. Okay, so I grab this, flip it over, and zip it tight, pulling, and then pops in. So I've got one side done. It looks like I'll probably have to do a little bit of trimming here, just so it's all even. Now I want a bit of fraying in the center, just to make it look really rustic. So now I'm going to go through these two holes. So if you flip it over, you'll be able to see what holes you've gone into. So I'm going to go, oh, I guess I need to make my ruffle. I like to do my ruffle first, that way once it's in the clothespin, it's ready to go, and I just have to plop it into and zip tie it in. Okay. I don't think I'll do that. Lady. And then I'll do this one. Sorry guys. You guys don't want to see my chunky legs. My big scar from my knee surgery. I wrecked my knee when I was younger, in my teens, playing ice hockey. Yes, you heard me right, ice hockey. I was on the girls' ice hockey team in high school, and I went in knees first into the boards, and my shin guard turned as I was sliding, so I went straight into the boards, bare knee, and it crushed everything. So I actually had to have multiple surgeries, and they also put a pin in my shin to hold everything. That pin is, or that screw is still in my shin to hold my knee together. So I'm like the bionic woman. I had so much surgeries. Yeah, I should have probably did 18 inches. This is pretty full. But I think I can squish one more in. I just got to find that one more. Okay, it's right here. Camera keeps moving. I keep bumping the table. Okay. So I'm going to squish that right in there. So I already made my ruffle thing. So this is going to look really, really good, being all burlap. Ah, this is tight. But it's going to look amazing. Just kind of dig through, find the hole. Got it. Nope, didn't got it. There. Just grabbing the two. There we go. Okay. So I'm cranking, and as I'm pulling down and popping it into the hole, making it nice and tight. Then I'm going to cut the tail of these zip ties off. Make sure they're popped into the hole. Okay. And we have one full center. Doesn't this look nice? So I'm going to trim it around, but this is absolutely gorgeous. So I used one full roll of the burlap, and mine's 10 by 12, or it's 12 inches long, and I cut them 10 inches and made the petals just like Trish DiStefano did, and applied them to the center, first these holes, and then this hole, and then on the outside I just did 3. I skipped this one only because I'm doing burlap and it's very thick. Then I did 3, I skipped 1, 3, I skipped 1, and then 3 again. And again, if you're doing poly burlap or deco mesh or even olifun, you can use all the holes and do your petals just like Trish teaches you in the video. And well, this is mine in burlap. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you. And I'm going to go and cut off all my frays, and I will post a picture. Thanks, guys.